皆さんおはようございます。北京からの勝金金です。勝金金です。北京師範大学の大学院生で、専門は作曲です。よろしくお願いいたします。Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak at this meeting. I'm a graduate student from Beijing Normal University, major in composition. My name is Xinxin. Hi. Today I would like to present my paper, Creation of Interactive Electronic Music Under Interdisciplinary Perspective, Example of Dance and Interactive Electronic Music. The outline of today's presentation is first introduction, next is a problem of interdisciplinary creation. Then is my main point, designing a dance and interactive electronic music architecture. I'll explain in detail later. Finally is a conclusion. The first part, introduction about several concepts in the title. I know you are all very professional or familiar with this field, but please allow me to say something about the concepts in a short words. First concept is electronic music, mainly about the development. As a branch of modern music, electronic music has been involved in a course of half a century. 1960s, the development of technology and hardware equipment, as well as creators' pursuit to show the charm of the process, gradually led the electronic music return to the live performance. German composer Stockhausen, famous composer, created a microphone for electronic music in 1965, achieving the fusion of electronic music and live performance of the instrument. In 1971, Robert Moog, an American testing electronic music pioneer, created a work named Ideas of Movement at Bolton Landing. Since the players can partially control devices at real time, it created the interactive behavior between device and players. Next concept, interactive electronic music. It means a computer collects data at real time and creation or improvisation of music at the same time. And impacts the occurring changing of music. A specific process is a player or singer's voice goes into the particular software platform through the microphone and triggers the effects of the software platform and flexibly controls the music performing. This way of performance is much easier to be accepted by performers and audience. Today, with the continued development of science and technology, electronic music is combined with many stagecraft and develops a diverse form of innovative performance presentation ways. Among these ways, one is called electronic music plus sensor plus player or singer's performance. The sensor senses the signals or the movement or distance of the performers, converts them into a digital signal and triggers a preset sound or composing program in the software platform to create such form of electronic music. We call it interdisciplinary creation. Now is the second part, the problems of the interdisciplinary creation. Since the electronic music depends largely on the support of modern science and technology, many works need integrated form. It is completed by composers, performers, dancers, choreographers, software engineers, and hardware engineers. The different professional backgrounds of these creators bring much confusion to the composers. First, many composers can't control and guide their creation. They can only lead by machine or process. It is contrary to the creative mind of interactive electronic music. Secondly, interactive electronic music is often making people confused about this form, ignoring the inner meaning be expressed of the music itself, only emphasizes the complexity and diversity of interaction, while the work itself become a slave of tool. I hope composers can compare the relationships and connections between disciplines or subjects, then use these means to enrich their works and express their creation of interactive electronic more freely. So I make a dance and interactive electronic music architecture, for example. It is a third part. First, let me say something about dance and interactive electronic music. It is a form of electronic music performance. Sensors collect data of dancers' movements at real time and transfer them to a computer, and then the data trigger the programs or change the parameters of programs. Meanwhile, players or singers' voice transmits to the computer programs through the microphone to deal with the sound and create special effects. My idea is any art to be accepted by people needs a form of expression. The expression form of beauty is the expression form of art. Therefore, the position of the computer program in electronic music can't be denied. On the contrary, a complete music creation and performance is a whole workflow. In this process, the virtual preset sound, the virtual preset program, and live performance are both the part of the art creation and art presentation. But this is not to say the composer must fully manage how to write programs or to be a choreographer. Instead, at the beginning of creation, they must consider various forms of work used to complete the entire architecture design. The work of engineers is programming, and the work of choreographer is choreography, and the work of composers is not to replace them. They should understand the program and the dance movements, understand their essential part for the music. Therefore, our research aims at establishing a creation framework of dance and interactive electronic music to let composers create more freely. The creation and presentation of dance and interactive electronic music works mainly consists of 3 modules. First module, dance movements and sensor collection. This is dance movements system. Whether classical dance or modern dance, There are movement system and action classification. Each action has data suitable for collection, such as the rising action for displacement or acceleration data, and the circle action for angular velocity data. Electronic music composer needs to understand the operation of the system and join the dance movements in the early creative design. This is sensor data collection. The data mentioned previously are collected by sensors. There are many types of sensors, such as video capture devices, temperature sensors, humidity sensors, Bluetooth, GPS, accelerometers, and so on. To choose which kind of sensor, it is according to the data needed by the music. It can improve the efficiency and the effectiveness of the creation. Second module, data transmission. This part is mainly the work of the engineers. It can be accomplished by using existing equipment and technology, or using self-created way of communication to transmit data from the previous module to the next to the computer. Third module, composition, music processing. This is processing platform, and in recent years, a popular way is using MaxMSP, pure data processing, and other graphic programming software based on Mac or PC platform. This is electronic music technology. When creating the electronic music, composers design the electronic effects. The basic technologies of electronic music include synthesis, modulation, Fourier analysis, delay, filtering, and so on. Each technology has specific parameters such as frequency, time, phase, amplitude, and so on. Consider the change of these parameters and their relationship with dance movements. Composers should consider this. These parameters correspond to the parameters of dance movement and connect the three modules together to form a complete structure. In summary, dance and interactive electronic is a form of comprehensive art in an interdisciplinary perspective. Composers are under this interactive architecture to do this interactive in creation, and explores the creative thinking of interdisciplinary and use a variety of possibilities in their work. Next, I'll show one of my works called Shadow. It is for dance and interactive electronic music. Performers include one singer and two dancers. Let us show it on the creation architecture. On one dancer's arm, there is strapped a sensor, which collect displacement and acceleration data on the space of 3 dimensions, x, y, z, of her arms at real time. I use the control interface of of OSC, Open Sound Control, and based on the UDP, User Data Protocol, a kind of protocol to transfer data into the computer, which is handled by myself, sitting in front of the stage, and then the data trigger the programs or change the parameters of the preset max MSP program. Meanwhile, singer's voice transmits to the max MSP program through the microphone to deal with the sound, create special effects. The data through the microphone correspond to the parameters of electronic music technology in max MSP. Here are some pictures of our performance. By the way, this work is inspired by a famous Japanese writer named Haruki Murakami. His novel, one of his novel, called Sekai no Owari to Kota Boiru to Wonderland. Means to the end of the world and the cold boiled Wonderland. One of his book. One dancer is herself, and the other is a shadow of her. Finally, I would like to make a conclusion of this presentation. We explore the creation of interactive electronic music in an interdisciplinary perspective, makes the creation of dance and interactive electronic music as an example, organizing composition, dancing, and program designing modules together, and encourage and designs and architecture of the creation work. Our work can hopefully encourage the inexperienced composers to try to create electronic music, let experienced composers know more about the related subjects, and enable composers to use computer techniques with ease. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure to give you my viewpoint. Creation of interactive electronic music under interdisciplinary perspective. If you had any questions, I'd be happy to answer it. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Does anyone have any comment or questions?
This is more a comment than a question, because I think your presentation was very thorough and you really showed all what was needed to understand about this project. So I really just have a comment regarding the relationship between dance and electronic music, because it's a very long history, and of course what you present today is on the interactive side. It hasn't always been like this, of course, in the past. So I just would like to remind that the famous dancer and choreographer Maurice Béjart adapted his dance to the music of electronic music pioneer Pierre Henry from the 1950s and for many, many years afterwards. But more importantly, when the Moog synthesizer, you mentioned Moog, so when the Moog synthesizer arrived, that was in the spring of 1965, the first person who bought a synthesizer is a dancer. His name is Alvin Nicolais, and he was a dancer, choreographer, and musician. So he made electronic music for his ballet, for the dance. So it's a very interesting example. Of course, in those days it was not interactive, it was a tape, but I just wanted to mention that it's a very long history of this relationship between dance and electronic music. So thank you.
Any other comments or questions? I have.
Do you have any recording? Do you have any video recording of your work?
Sorry. The video or audio is not in this computer.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was just curious.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I have one more question. The dance you collaborated is a type of contemporary dance, and maybe the dancer has some dancing phrase or dancing moving that means that has some special meaning. So this is a kind of love or so. Is it corresponding to the musical expression or musical playing or something?
Of course. At the beginning of the creation, after I have the thought of this work, of course I will discuss with the two dancers, also the choreographer, and one side to discuss about the music and the dance relationship. One side, on the other side, discuss the movements correspond to the program.
I think today's presentation is very interesting, but today's presentation is concentrating on the explanation, the correspondence between some parameters and parameters. Mm-hmm. So, in next time, I hope please explain some meaning or some feeling or some expression. That kind of thing is very important to me.
Thank you. In my paper, I don't explain this work. And at this presentation, I want to see an example. So thank you for advice. Thank you very much.
Any others?
It's just a comment, but are you aware of the work of the French composer Thierry Demey? He's a composer and working on dance interactivity, and he made a performance in Manifest Festival in Paris last June called Complexity, and I really recommend you because that was very interesting.
The name of the choreographer?
It's Thierry Demey. It's not choreographer. He's
Belgian.
Yeah.
He's Belgian.
And
sorry.
his wife is a dancer.
Yeah, so he's composer and also video maker, and so maybe it could be very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thierry Domet is in Japan. He's well known.
Sorry?
He's well known.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Japan.
very much so.
Thank you. Any other question? No. Thank you very much.